welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. What is up, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and thank you for joining me for another video here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Hamilton Gifts statues slash toys slash dolls. I don't even quite know what they are, but it's something that I've had in my collection since I was a kid, and I know I've talked about it before here on the channel, but I wanted to show you my recent pickups and what I've had in my collection forever. But before we get started in the video, like always, I want to remind you guys, if you're not a current sub of the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button for me. You will not regret it. Hit that like button because it helps my channel out grow to people out there who haven't seen my videos. And of course, if you're interested in merch, I got you covered. Check all the links out below if anything catches your eye. Now, with that said, we're talking about Hamilton Gifts toys slash statues slash dolls. Like I said before, I'm not sure exactly what they were, but I can tell you this. When I was a kid, I had an LCS a few towns over from where I grew up, and I would beg my dad to go there basically every week. He wouldn't always take me every week, but it was my local shop that really I got to go to once in a blue moon. Look at all the comics that they had in the back bins, check out all the new comics that came out for sale. But most importantly, I got to see the wall books and all the toys they had in the store. Unfortunately, that store is no longer around. Closed down probably about almost 30 plus years ago now, but it was an awesome store. It was in Paramus, New Jersey in the Bergen Mall. If anybody else remembers this store besides me, do me a favor, drop me the name of it back in the comments. But they had everything. And I remember the actual day where I went with my father and said, wow, look at that thing. It was awesome. They had it behind the shelves. They had a whole stack of these Hamilton Gifts, and I didn't know what they were back then. I just thought they were cool statue type figures. So of course I begged my father for one of these things. I do not remember what they cost, unfortunately, way back when, and we're talking about in the early 90s, but I know I've shown this on the channel before. I'm going to go ahead and show you my Spider-Man figure, because this I've had in my collection since I was a kid. So here you go. Here's a great shot of it. I'll throw some other pictures up on the screen, but going off the manufacturing date on the actual figure itself, it was manufactured in 1990, and this thing is still in pristine condition. You guys know right from when I was a big Spidey fan back then. So I've had this in my collection the entire time since my dad bought it right off the shelf. Now, I remember just from me seeing the pictures at the store and my mind remembering them, they had the Hulk, they had Spider-Man, Batman, a few others. I think they had a Captain America as well, but it's really not hard to find these things. You can go on eBay and still find them for a relatively cheap price. But I happened to stumble on a couple at my LCS this past week, and I just had to snatch them up. Now, they had a few. I didn't grab all of them, but I did grab the ones that I wanted to keep for myself. And actually, two are actually going to be gifts for people I know in the near future. So surprise, surprise, if you're watching this video, you have a gift coming your way. Regardless, we're going to take a look at these things because I have been infatuated with them since I was a kid. So the first one we're going to take a look at is the Batman figure. Now, this one, according to the back of the figure, was manufactured in 1988. Okay, so that was before that Batman movie came out with Michael Keaton. And as you can see, I'm going to show you a picture, there he is. It is the classic, gray and blue Batman suit. I'll throw him up on the screen so you can kind of see what he looks like in full. But again, classic costume, classic bat symbol from around that time period. Again, this one is in great shape. There is a few scuff marks on the back of his head. But everything else, looks pretty good. Now, a lot of these things brand new, they come with their own tags. So the tags have been removed. Unfortunately, if they had the tags, probably it'd be a little bit more expensive. But when I say I got these for a deal, I got these for a freaking steal. So with that said, this Batman one is really cool. They did have a Robin. I decided not to go ahead and pick up this Robin because this Batman is a gift for someone who is a good friend of mine. So again, it's still in great condition. It actually comes with the stand, which I showed you guys, because you can find these things. A lot of the times they do not have the stands. Now, if you are interested in them, like I said before, you can go on eBay. They have them for some outrageous prices, not just the ones I'm going to show you, but a few others as well. The ones I have seen are, of course, the Spider-Man, which is really hard to find. I'm glad I kept mine since I was a kid. Batman, Superman, the Joker, Wonder Woman, Robin, and Captain America are, I believe, the ones they had from Marvel and DC. They also have an Incredible Hulk, which is giant. I definitely want to try to find that thing, but it is so super scarce. And when you do find one, I think there's one on eBay. It's like $70, so it's quite expensive. So what I showed you was the Batman. Let me go ahead and show you the Superman one, okay? This one is absolutely beautiful. Again, pretty great condition. There he is. Looks exactly like Christopher Reeve, actually. Now, this one also was manufactured in 1988. In fantastic condition. Again, comes with the stand. I've had numerous people, when I've showed the Spider-Man one before, actually reach out to me and ask me where I got it. Of course, back then when I answered them, I did not know what it was. I knew where I got it, of course, but I didn't know how to go about getting another one. But search eBay, because you can find these things. Like I said, the Spider-Man, from my knowledge, just from searching, is probably the rarest of all of them. The other ones I've seen, Wonder Woman may be a little rare as well. But I'm going to give you a close-up shot of the Superman. Again, this one is in fantastic condition. There's a little couple of spots on the back of his cape, but no big deal. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. Again, when I saw this, for the amount that Zap Comics had it, I had to go ahead and snatch these things up. You don't see them too often, like outside in the wild, except at eBay and maybe a few auction houses, stuff like that. I've seen them, but just something that's really cool and really nostalgic to me. So the other one that I picked up was one that I'm actually going to keep in my personal collection, and it is the Joker. This one is actually a classic Neal Adams Joker, straight out of freaking Batman 251. Look at this thing. It is freaking pure Neal Adams. And again, he's got this nice, purple coat, which is actual cloth that actually can be removed. You can see right here, he's green underneath with the yellow vest, which also can be removed. But I'm going to show you a long shot of the Joker. This thing is absolutely pristine. It's going to go right next to my Batman 1 and my Heath Ledger Joker statue. Just a really awesome figure. I guess that's what we're calling it now, a figure, statue, whatever it was. And again, to find this thing with the stand was nearly impossible, but I think one or two they had with the stand on eBay, but they were really tough and a hell of a lot more expensive than what I got these things for. But again, when I was at Slab Comics, and I'll tell you why I was at Slab Comics, because a couple of guys who I know via YouTube, you guys know who they are, Jason at Omega Collects, and Errol, of course, Errol Mornar. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but you can follow him on Instagram, both of them really, on Instagram, or Jason on YouTube. They actually purchased for me as a Christmas gift, and I want to say thank you to both you guys, a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 97, which is the final book I needed to complete my ASM 1 through 301 run. So I'm actually done with that run. I have all the books 1 to 301, and I just want to say a special thank you to you guys. So on your way to you, Errol, is of course this Superman, because we know that you're a huge Superman guy, and when I saw it, I thought of you, even though I'd love to keep this thing for myself, but I am not going to. I want to repay you guys, of course. And Jason, this Batman is coming to you. So I appreciate both you guys for helping me out and getting that last book for me, even though I know it was a Christmas gift. So take this as a return Christmas gift from me. So there are people out there in the community who say that the comic book community is dead, and they may or may not be right, but we do have friends that we've made through via the community and comics, and you two guys are two of my best friends in this comic book community. So thank you again for helping me complete my run, and I cannot tell you how much I love these things. If I could find more of them, I will add these back into the collection, but these two are shipping out, and of course the Joker is staying with me because I just thought it would look awesome next to my Batman 1. So again, if you're a Hamilton Gifts fan, they make other dolls as well. I hate calling them dolls, but that's really what they are. So they make Three Stooges, they make Munsters, they make all types of different figures like this that are, whether they're pretty cheap or rather expensive, that you guys can check out. Most of the time I see them on eBay, so I think they have Wizard of Oz ones as well, so I'm a big Wizard of Oz fan. When I was a kid, I loved that movie, and I still do. I watched it on Thanksgiving, but because this is a comic channel, because we talk about everything comics related and collectible related, I wanted to show you guys these pieces, and I'll give you a group shot of the ones that we have right here so you guys can see it. But really cool pieces, not that expensive, especially to display next to your comics if you have a Superman, Batman, Joker, or Spider-Man comic. You guys can also see in this shot how much smaller Spider-Man is as compared to Batman, Superman, or even the Joker, right? It's because Spider-Man came out a little bit later in 1990, but also proportional, because you got to figure Spider-Man's probably the smallest of these characters. The Joker's thick, thin, but he's probably just as tall as Batman or Superman. So I wanted to share that with you as well. Just really freaking awesome. So again, I wanted to share them with you guys today. With that said, guys, hope you enjoy this video. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.